Hello, hello. What's going on out there, crypto world? Hope you all are having a beautiful hump day. This is No Noise with your host, Z-Rex, coming live at you, or coming at you live, man, messed that one up, on September 17th, 2018. Nothing too exciting in the crypto market, price action-wise, so I'm sure y'all have been very much watching. There are a couple we'll go through that we're moving. Just a couple little news bits. BTC futures, according to the CME, are up over 40% in the volume, not obviously price. The volume is up about 41% just in Q3 alone. It continues to grow. You can see that. Let's go over here to the live screen real quick. You can see that here on this volume on the bottom. Let me make it a little bit bigger. There you go. So you can see that here on this volume. They have been steadily just getting more and more popular as time has gone by. Although the last couple of months has been a little bit quiet in volume, except for that big ass Tether super pump, whatever the hell that was. So that's good. A lot of people playing, and this is big money playing this Bitcoin contract on the CME, which you can see here. This is a large product. It's 5 Bitcoins, and you have to actually put more than 5 Bitcoins worth of money into it. I think it's like double, which is crazy. They're like, I'm not sure. Only wealthy people are trading these, though. I am sure of that. And Gemini's stablecoin had over double the volume in the last couple days after that Tether mishap. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Just, there is competition now for Tether. Tether just was the first one on the scene. But Gemini, True USD, there is a lot of different ones. BitShare has its own peg. So that's going to probably continue to expand, would be my guess. Who will reign supreme? No one knows. Maybe it'll be FedCoin, right? I know everybody loves that idea. All right, let's get straight into the markets here. We can see BAT token, basic attention token, is up about 14% in the last day, and about most of that, I guess, has come from today, from the last week. 0x backing off a little bit. Let's start with basic attention token real quick. Just go ahead and check that out. This one is a big mover. It kind of starts pumping out of nowhere. Kind of looks like it might start getting one going right now, climbing up to 21 exponential very nicely for the last couple weeks. I'm surprised I don't have the horizontals on here. Throw those on real quick. That's just Alt-H if you don't know. Wherever your cursor is and you hit Alt-H, that will throw one on there. Alt-V is a vertical one if you wanted to go a little further. Anyway, lots of volume here. Been pretty bullish since about what is that, the 11th? Yeah, 11th or 12th, roughly, on the 4-hour. On the daily, it's getting, it's actually just about to get real super bullish here on the daily, so that looks pretty nice. Can't get extra bullish like up here in this range, in this top upper range, until we get past this exponential, the longer term red one. That should provide pretty good resistance. Even now, close isn't for another 3 hours on this daily, so still got plenty of time for that to play out. Let's see on an hourly how it looks. Hourly has been bullish pretty much since yesterday evening, right around these candles, this little cluster. Nice little pump in there. So I won't be touching this. Did not get that one, but there is some nice volume here. More volume than we've seen since June. And we had this really big pump right here, almost 100% gain in just a short few days. So we might be looking for something similar to that. Let's see on the weekly what it looks like. I know weekly is kind of stretching it. Weekly 21 exponential. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of resistance right around here because that's also coinciding with the 144 daily. So So this is going to be pretty hard to punch through. If this can kind of get above here and close, it should snap up to about 3,700 fairly quickly, which from here to there, that's still, you know, 12 to 14% or so. So there's still some room in there. Let's go back over to, oh, I wanted to look at ZRX real fast. And I'm going to do this one a little bit faster. There is a meetup that I'm going to be attending. So if you have any questions or anything, please throw those out now so I can try to get them to them ASAP. All right, let's go to ZRX. So kind of selling off, not a big surprise. Got up here to about 108. Yesterday I was telling y'all right when that news hit, right around here in this, I took a long trade on ZRX, but I closed it on this candle here, up on the upper part of this, just because that was my plan from the beginning. It's a short-term trade. You know, when shit goes on to Coinbase, it will usually pump pretty fast and then dump also equally as fast. And if you're still in this trade and played it, do be aware that the bulls are coming to maybe they're almost about to lose their power zone positioning. And to be fair, they actually have been in that power zone since August, early morning, August 15th. So, and again, see, we've talked about this at length, and something I've noticed by doing these videos and talking about this and noticing it more actually, is when you have both of them in the power zone, it's almost really, it seems to be a really good setup for whichever one comes out of it with the kind of a swiftness, kind of like here, because that seems to be what happens a lot of times when they're up in this top zone. Whichever one gets into the neutral zone the quickest, usually the other prevails with a fairly large move. That's just something I have been kind of noticing here a little bit when they're both above in the power zone. And that's only really going to happen on the hourly. You're not going to really see that much on the 4-hour and higher than that. So, all right, let's go back to QTUM, Nano, Stellar, Eternity Icon are some of the bigger movers, close to 10% today. Stellar had a decent chart. We talked about that yesterday. QTUM, I haven't looked at QTUM in a long time. Let's go ahead and jump over to it because it is like top 3 mover today. We'll start with just some BTC pairing. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a nice pump here. Already finding resistance at the 4-hour 377 exponential, which is this red one right here. That is like the general longer-term trend line. And as you can see, it's been below it since all the way back here in April, which isn't surprising. Most coins actually haven't shown any real strength since that big pump in the early part of the spring or mid-spring. Let's look at it on a dollar. On Tether, should we look at it on Tether? Why not? Same thing. Wow. Okay, so right up here on that resistance. So QTUM isn't looking too cute to me right now. I'm probably just going to kick back on the sidelines for this one. I would consider myself missing that move in the setup. And here isn't really the best area to initiate trades. If you really had to, and someone was like, or someone told me I had to do it and gun to my head, I would get probably short here, but not really going to play that. I don't even know if you can short the QTUM. All right, let's go back to just the larger market cap, guys. Very flat today in the top 10. Very, very flat, except for Stellar. Stellar's the only one that's had a decent move today, about 6%. But other than that, pretty damn boring. All right. Bitcoin dominance is still here at about 54%. It's about what it was yesterday. And the market cap has not changed at all. We just can't get out of our own damn way here. Like we almost did, and then we didn't. Still hanging out above the trend line channel here. I'll go ahead and go to big screen because we're going to finish up on this page. And we do have the 21 crossing over the longer term and even crossing over the channel on the 4-hour. That has not happened in quite some time. Only in these attempts to push up into the trend line have we seen that, and they all had nice big rallies to follow soon after. Let's go back a little bit further, see if that held true. I guess my internet is sucking ass right now. Shocker. I guess it can only load half of my lines. Bear with me here. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think I just had like a weird internet hiccup that happens. You can see it crossed here too with a nice little rally. Did here, but by the time it crossed, it was done. Kind of the same deal here. So kind of like a little 50-50 from the trend line. Again, this one is different like we talked about yesterday because the price is above it. And this 618 here, which we discussed at length. I do timestamp my videos, so you can go back and browse through those quickly. But this is a 618 retracement from these peak to trough moves, and all of these pink lines are representing 618s from here to here for that, from here to here for this one, here to here, and so on. All right. So still kind of nothing. Shocker, I know, right? Look, if we pull up the daily and look at our green box, it's still inside of it. Like I said a minute ago, we just can't get out of our own way. We are getting some pretty nice support on this kind of flat trend line down here. Kind of bounced right, or dropped right to it. Again, I'm not really excited about this move yet. As I discussed yesterday, that we need a little bit more time to kind of digest this. I think kind of everybody does. One thing I don't like is this candle right here. That is a spinny top doji type candle. Don't like that at all. So right now we're going to be in a real squished range. I know, total shocker, right? I would call this even more squished range because if bulls can't really get the momentum going right here, that is not a good sign. And on the daily, we are below, all the exponential averages are below the longest term here in the red. So that's also not the best sign either. And just for comparison to that, I bet you that has not happened since probably 2014. Let's see here. Trying to zoom in a little bit. Let's take that out. We don't need to see that. Yeah, so that hasn't happened since right here in December of 14. So yeah, you can see all of them crossing. And that actually proceeded to have a gnarly sell-off, as you can see here. As I discussed too in other streams, I would prefer that this do a fake spring breakdown and do a nice bear trap and then spring back up here with a quick swiftness. But this right here kind of this is new data, so this is kind of as price does like to usually test back up into halfway into the wicks. You know, it wouldn't be real shocking for this to at least come back up here and test this 618 line, which coincides with lots of resistance. So 7K, 69, 7K, still kind of same shit, different day here. Let's see if we got any new info on the internals. Nope. 4 hours still same bullishness as yesterday. Hourly still very neutral and getting super squished in between the 21 and 55. Yet another shocker. It just keeps happening. I know, right? It's just crazy, man. Again, I'm just super light long right here with a real tight stop at about 6,600. I think the risk to reward on that is pretty decent at this level. That's kind of how I'm playing it. But like I said, I'm really small. I won't get heavy long or heavy short for that matter until on the long side until we break a daily above like 7K. And on the short side, I want to see us break this trend line down here, this bottom one, this guy. Let's make that one more thick. There we go. Yeah, this bottom one. So I can't really get super short until that breaks. And there is also a trend line cross at about 63.50. So that should provide some really good support there. Let's see on the hourly. Oh, we already did the hourly. See if anything's changed on the higher time frames. Probably not, considering it's only been a day. Yep, kind of the same shit as yesterday, guys. Nothing too exciting on that. Let's go to Ethereum, see if it's giving us any info. Any new info, that is. We definitely know it is giving us info. Oh, look at this. Struggling still at the 21 exponential. 220, guys, on a daily today. If it doesn't get above that, it's not going to be a great sign. Especially if it doesn't do it by the end of this week. I'm not going to like that. The volatility has been kind of sucked out of the crypto market, it seems like. So these moves, the bigger moves, I guess, you know, aside that super pump, haven't really been noticeable in most altcoins even. I was fanning through some altcoins earlier, and oh man, my internet is giving me some bad information here of a couple of dropped frames, so I do apologize if that is affecting some of the viewing action there. Let's see, back to what I was saying. So the 21 exponential here is being some pretty hardcore resistance. And again, look at this 55 is pretty much riding right along the mid part of this channel. So I can't even think about long positions on Ethereum until we break the mid part of this channel, and which also could ultimately be the 55. Because if this keeps going sideways and maybe even a little down, the 55 is going to curl underneath it. So I can't get bullish until we cross above that on a daily on Ethereum, the 55 or the middle part of that channel, just depending which one happens first. Here we go on an hourly, super compressed here, very neutral on the oscillators. They are hovering around the power zone though. So as I just discussed earlier, if that, when that seems to happen, a big move is coming out of it on the other side, and you just have to really watch for which of these DMI lines starts getting into the weak zone, which is sub mid-teens is what I consider that. So we're neutral on that, and we're slightly bullish still on the 4 hour. The 55 exponential has been really solid support thus far, but we are getting close to breaching that. So do be careful around this price action. We just had a super little pump, and we've had no follow through just quite yet. So there's not really anything else to say about Ethereum. Very neutral. It's probably the most neutral one, I believe, out of the top coins, and I'm talking Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, pretty much those ones. All right, let's see on the 3-day. All right. Yep, nothing. How about the weekly? We can do the weekly on ETH. On the weekly, it's still pretty bearish. There is some support on the weekly printing around 170 though, but we're still kind of far away from that, so no need to really dive into that too much. Let's go to Litecoin. Good old LTC. Charlie Lee grinding down the mid part of this channel. Not looking real sexy at all. I don't really like this chart. 4 hour, let's see, same kind of crap, but it looks like the bears can take over pretty much right now. After this consolidation the last couple days since that initial pump on early Monday morning. Yeah, we're sitting here about to go into neutral zones on the 4 hour, and on the daily it's I guess you could argue that's slightly bullish, just ever so slightly. We'll see how today closes, and that'll give us a better gauge for that. What the hell is going on with my internet? I'm sorry if this is really getting messed up. On that end, it's like sometimes I'm getting enough kilobytes, like 3,000, and then it just like went to 0 for a second. I don't know what's happening. So, all right. Anyway, back over here to some action. Let's look at it on the 850. Yep. just slightly bullish. Nothing to get too exciting about. RSI isn't even above 50 yet, so super, super neutral, just like ETH and just like Bitcoin. Not too surprising after that giant pump, as everybody's kind of like, what the hell just happened? Let's see. Ripple, see if it's giving us some any info. Yeah, no, sometimes this happens too, guys. I know everybody wants to keep trading, but right now, you know, the best trade is probably not to. And it's been like that for a lot of this range stuff. Unless you're really active and in and out within maybe, you know, an hours or definitely within the day. I mean, your scalp range has only been, you know, a couple $100 or so for quite a long time. And I'm not talking about all the altcoins. Of course, those always are moving at least 5% or so. But yeah, here we are back to the Ripple. As we were discussing yesterday, Ripple is showing the most bullishness by far out of any coin. It is bullish on, at least yesterday it was. Let's fan through it. 850 bullish, 458 bullish. Hourly just went neutral today. Okay, so that's new. Yesterday they were all bullish, so the hourly just is showing slight neutralness. 4 hours still very bullish. Yep. Daily is bullish too. And 3-day also bullish. Weekly also bullish. Ripple definitely is the strongest looking coin at the moment, in my opinion. I did see something that was interesting. And, you know, y'all know I don't really care about news, but I thought this was kind of wild that Ripple, because of like European investments or something like their crap, the US is like thinking about Ripple as kind of one of the official top coins. Man, if that ever happened in a major country and it got kind of like BTC status, I can't even imagine what price Ripple could pump to. Some people talk about Ripple being like $100 by the end of next year. I don't know, that sounds really crazy to me, but Ripple going to 50 cents to $1 sounded crazy to everybody for a long time. So, that doesn't really mean anything. We are climbing up the 21 and all the exponentials, looking good. The only thing that's showing a little bit of neutralness, I wouldn't even consider it weakness, is the hourly. Oh, man. This damn internet shit is really pissing me off, man. I paid a lot of money for this crap, and it never freaking works right. It's like 1 out of 5 is okay. Jesus Christ. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and scrap this show, guys. I'm already seeing like 20% dropped frames. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry about that. This really sucks. I live in a really crappy area, a cool area, but crappy area for internet, so it's really tough for me to get any type of... Actually, I cannot get real internet, so I have to hotspot everything, and obviously that is causing some major freaking issues. If anyone's... And I'm sure everybody's left. Alright, so yeah, sorry, this sucks. I'm going to try to do one a little bit later, because this isn't working. I do apologize. I'll do a reboot later tonight when I get home. That said, take care. This is No Noise Research. Peace.